What's up everybody, it's Marques Caudle from TeamCTN, and today we're going to be making smoked turkey legs. Starting off with smoked turkey legs, the first thing you want to do is create a brine. What the brine is going to do is extract all the moisture out of the meat. So I'm going to show you how to do that. It's very simple. First, you should get about a 2-gallon bucket, and everything is going to be 1 and 1. So we're going to use some kosher salt, some brown sugar, and some lemon juice. So when using the lemon juice, I like to use 1.5 to 2 cups. And if you use kosher salt or any kind of salt, you definitely need lemon juice to neutralize that salt. If you use just salt, you're gonna expect your food to be extremely salty. So that lemon juice will bring that balance to it. So get about a cup of brown sugar. What we're gonna do is fill it up. Probably about 1.5 gallons. All right, so once you fill it up with water, go ahead and just mix everything together. You really wanna make sure that brown sugar is mixed in because it'll start sticking to the bottom. Here's the thing with the turkey leg. When you're doing a brine, you wanna peel back the skin because you really want that brine to soak into that meat. So if you had the skin covered up, it's not gonna soak it in there. So once you start doing that, you're gonna start putting them in there. After you finish, you wanna put it in the refrigerator and let it sit there for about 13, 14 hours. I like to add a little bit of poultry seasoning. It doesn't matter how much, just a little bit. So let that soak in there as well. Now while it's sitting in the refrigerator, the poultry seasoning is gonna settle to the bottom. So what I like to do is just to give it a turn like every 6 hours. But then you're gonna cover this with some foil and we'll be ready to smoke. Just so no air and all that stuff will get into it, plus it keeps it from spilling. Just make sure you make room for your refrigerator because this does take up a lot of room. But if you ever had turkey not brine, it makes a huge difference in the meat and how tender it is. So I already did one yesterday just to make the video go a little faster. So what we're gonna do is, first you wanna check your meat. When it comes to a brine, your meat's gonna look like a kind of grayish brown. That's when you're gonna know, kind of like this, that's when you're gonna know that your brine is actually working, it's good. So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna pour all this out. Okay, what we wanna do now is rinse all the brine off. All right, so now to the fun part. What we're gonna do is, we wanna expose all that skin, but we kind of just wanna flap it over and put it back, and we're gonna pat these dry with a paper towel. Okay, so now what I like to do is, I got a mixture of olive oil and some teriyaki sauce. You can just use olive oil, but I like to use teriyaki sauce or soy sauce. We're gonna get our mop and we're just gonna brush. And what's this gonna do is just keep our legs nice and moist while they're smoking, so they don't dry out. So we're about to season it up, and I use a 6 blend for my seasoning. I use Cajun, pepper, paprika, poultry season, garlic powder, and seasoned salt. You don't want to overly do it, so we're gonna just sprinkle that over like that. So if you like spicy, you can even add a little bit of cayenne pepper, or you can add just a little bit more Cajun seasoning. It just depends on your liking. All right, so then we're gonna flip it over and do it to the other side. So when you're done with the mop, keep this around because we're gonna baste it again about 2 hours into the smoke, just to make sure nothing dries out. So right now I already have my smoker preset it to 240. I'm gonna use an apple wood. I like to use a lighter wood when I'm using poultry, just because I don't want that really deep smoky taste when it comes to poultry. So anything from an apple to a cherry will work perfectly. Sometimes I like to do a cherry and apple mix, but today it's just straight apple. It gives it that nice light color and a great taste. All right. So the smoker I'm actually using is a RecTec Pellet Smoker. I'm a really busy guy, and I love the pellet grill smokers. It automatically keeps the temperature and feeds the fire, the wood, so I don't have to keep on checking it like I would do a traditional smoker. So let's go ahead and put these on the grill. We're gonna smoke it for about 4.5 to 5 hours. You can go 4 if you want. That's about it. Just start putting them on here. All right, we're about an hour into the cook. We're gonna mop it down one more time just so it doesn't, the meat doesn't dry out. So let's see how it looks. Just another light coat. It's really gonna make the color come out too. All right, another 3.5 hours and we're good. All right, so it's been about 4.5 hours. You wanna make sure your meat is at 165 temperature, so always check that. Looks like they're looking pretty good. So let's go ahead and take them off and let them sit for about 20 minutes. Okay, so the meat is off the smoker. If you look at it with the apple wood, it has a lighter tint to it. If you use the darker wood, like a hickory or anything like this, it'll make the meat a lot darker. But I want a lighter flavor, so I went with the apple wood. Right now we're gonna cover it up for about 20 minutes and let all those juices render right back inside the meat. And then after that, it's ready to eat.